But
We've got 2,000 of these things. Not being changed.
it's more than from the outside, so the maybe it's a bit longer than 15 people. Not for young ones, it's not. But it's still, if it is the North Valley Cup, but then go.
Oh, I can get to Alpincote.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to our meeting of the Great British Rhythm and Blues Festival. And have we got any apologies this evening?
I've not received any apologies.
Right, well, we'll move on then. Any declarations of interest? Item number 4 then. Minutes. Is that the declaration of interest?
No, on the item 4, which we've just gone to, on the minutes of the previous meeting, on item 4 minutes, it says, and I quote, due to only Councillor P. Hannah Wood being the only councillor in attendance who was present at the meeting held on Monday 8th of April, this item will be adjourned to the August meeting. 2 points. One, I don't see anything on the current agenda of that. And the other one is that, as far as I remember at that meeting, it was proposed, seconded and agreed by everyone that the minutes be accepted in good faith.
Thank you.
That's my mistake. I've just missed it. I will have the minutes amended. And then if the chair's happy, we can bring the minutes from the 8th of April forward for approval.
Yeah, thank you for that.
In that case, I move the minutes.
All in agreement? Andy, was that you seconding? Michael, thank you. Right. Okay, item 5, venue update. Nathan?
So no real change. You've got the Pendle Hippodrome, the Exchange Project, and the Little Theatre as main stages this year, as well as several fringe venues. We've got access to the main stages from Wednesday next week, for one of them, and Thursday for the others. Start installing PA and lighting, ready for next weekend's festival. But like I say, there's no real update.
That's great, thank you for that. And now we've got an update, item 6, marketing.
I'm just trying to find my sheet. I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone because I've left it on my desk. So Scott Dawson, advertising, have been picking up the marketing of the festival over the last couple of weeks. It's just loading, I won't be a second. So since the 10th of June and the 9th of August, they've posted 123 times, which has generated 345,000 impressions, as well as 58,000 engagements. So that's across Facebook, Instagram, and X, or Twitter, whatever you know it as. They've done some paid social media campaigns, which has been proven to be working. It's got people through to the website to buy tickets and merchandise, and they've got £300 left to use before the festival is here. They have been doing quite a lot of press releases regarding campaign, the camping sales, how quickly the camp sales tickets have been selling, and how many we're running short pretty much. They've been doing stuff about the Fringe venue, which has gone out recently because Simon's done a video with them. And then they've got another video going out this week from all the shop local posters that you may have seen around the town, which will feature Simon again. Cracking video. Make sure you watch it and share it. Tag everyone you know. They've done other press releases such as the Family Fun Weekend, and they've got some other press releases to do before the festival's here. So just a roundup of everything everyone needs to know for the festival. We've been getting stuff in the press, or stuff's actually been getting into the paper, which is always good. As I said, the shop local posters have gone out, and they've done several videos, and they were going to main sponsors Barnfield tomorrow to do some more videos about the festival to hopefully generate some more sales. They've sent out several e-shots since 10th of June, such as the camping ticket sales, the blues merchandise, and the extended offer for the Victor Brox tribute night. They've put banners up across Lancashire, so we've got banners spotted everywhere. There's quite a few banners out and about, which are very eye-catchy. And then they've been doing some design work for magazine adverts, as well as the gateway boards on the 4 entrances and exits to Colne, as well, which have gone up. So they've stepped up quite a lot recently, and the marketing team will be here over the festival weekend as well to do all the social media over the weekend.
That sounds very comprehensive. Is there anybody who's got any comments about that? Right, so moving on to item 7, catering updates.
So all 5 catering pitches have gone, and they've now all been paid for in full. So we've got down in pitch number 1 in the taxi bays at the bottom, we've got Thai food van. Then next to them, we've got the grill burger van, which they've been there quite a number of years now. Outside the Muni, we've got Eyes on the Fries, which are a local caterer from Barnoldswick. Then outside the town hall, we've got Golden Catering, which is a burger van, the caterer's actually been coming for over 30 years, and he lives in Colne himself. And then up outside the Duke of Lancaster, we've got Some Delish, which that's a new pitch we introduced last year, and it's been taken this year. And then we've also got an ice cream van booked for the full weekend. So all the caterers have paid, and we'll be arranging with them over the next couple of days when they'll be arriving, so we can make sure they're in place ready for Friday evening. Some Delish, the company's called Some Delish. I think they do loaded fries, stuff like that.
Any other questions? Okay. And I assume that you've checked on their sustainability and materials.
Yeah, as it is law, they will be reminded that they need to obey the law and make sure that they're using the correct materials. All the details have been sent over to Pendlebury Council today. We'll also be doing spot checks over the weekend just to make sure that they are using the right stuff.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Just one question on that. The food handling, food hygiene, have we got copy of them as well, or is that there's going to be Pendlebury we're dealing with?
So it all comes to us. We've had those. They've all been checked, and they've now been sent to Environmental Health at Pendle, because they'll be doing spot checks over the weekend as well. So it got sent over to Pendle today, so I would expect a reply before the end of the week. But all the traders are known traders to us.
Apart from the new one.
When they have traded with us before,
Yeah.
So we haven't got any concerns. Like I say, everything has been checked, and we have got a copy of everything.
Yep. Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 8, artists update.
So there's no real update for artists. All the artists that are named in the lineup are still confirmed to be attending. Yeah, so there's no change in the artists that are performing over the weekend.
Yes,
No, Nathan's correct. There's no material change to the main stage artists. We have had, and it happens every year, we've had a few changes to the fringe lineup in the past few weeks, but it's all been sorted. All the vacant spots have been filled. Unfortunately, one of the old favourites of the festival fringe, Reg Choker, who ran a band called Blues Train, passed away at the end of last week. So he does have a very good excuse for not appearing this year. But yeah, as far as the main stages are concerned, everything is as it should be. Sorry. That comes later. That's a different
thank you for that.
update. You.
Item 9, tickets.
We've seen a big increase of ticket sales over the last couple of weeks. Every day we're seeing ticket sales, and the office phone does not stop with queries of tickets, what venues they get access to and whatnot. So we're expecting quite a number of ticket sales over the coming weeks as well. Well, the coming week, should I say, because it's closer than we'd like. So we've sold 589 tickets, and 192 camping tickets. But like I say, we're getting ticket sales every single day, ticket and camping sales. And I'm pretty sure from looking at Colne Blue Society's graph that they send over every time we send an update, I think we're just slightly ahead of last year, which is always good. Tickets will come off sale next Wednesday at 6:45, and then from Thursday morning at 10 a.m, ticket holders will be able to swap the re-tickets for the wristbands, which back end of this week we'll be sorting out into envelopes ready for the collections to start next week. But when the online ticket sales close on Wednesday, all the office staff have been trained on how to use the card machines to get those last couple of ticket sales that come over the phone, just so we're not saying, oh, sorry, you can't get your ticket, come to town hall. That way we're guaranteed to get the last minute ones instead of risking them not actually coming. So all the office staff have been trained on that as well, as just a final push. And obviously the box office will be open all next week till 8 p.m. at night, and then over the festival weekend as well for those that do want to buy tickets in person at the town hall.
Thank you, Nathan. Item 10, volunteer updates.
So daily our media and communications officer has been dealing with the volunteers for the Shares Festival. She's done fantastic with it, to be fair. There's not many empty spots, which is always good. The only change is we had the Saturday merchandise stall covered 2 till 6, but unfortunately the 2 people that was doing that stall can no longer commit to doing that day. So we do have 2 spots available for merchandise sales on the corner of River Street. So if you do know anyone that's willing to volunteer for 4 hours, please send them our way. They'll get a t-shirt, a packed lunch, and a day ticket for a day of their choice. Doing merchandise sales, that's the spot we've got. But like I say, all the other spots have been filled. We've got various volunteers working throughout the weekend, which we'll be contacting volunteers at the back end of this week, just with all the information they need in regards to signing in, collecting the volunteer t-shirts, packed lunches, and just flattening out any queries that any volunteers have got before the festival arrives.
Any questions about that one? Thank you. Okay, number 11, official fringe venue update.
Nothing much to report really. We don't have the number of official fringe venues that we started with. That's to be frank, I don't think it's any great loss. the ones that we lost early on. There was some concern over the Crown because, of course, it did shut for a while after the departure of the last licensee, but they've got a new guy in now who we've spoken to. He's a very nice chap, very enthusiastic for the festival. So that's all okay. Everything else is as it was. No problems there.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Item 12, operational elements of the festival. It's you, Nathan, again.
So we had an ESAG meeting with Pendleborough Council, the police, North West Ambulance Service, Fire Service, licensing, and a couple of other parties last week. Very positive meeting. I think it all took about 10 minutes, which is a new record. But they were all happy that the road closures all been sorted and arranged, because obviously we've made a couple of changes just to assist with congestion at the bottom end of town with taxis blocking the road closure, which we're working with taxi licensing to prevent that. We're giving designated pickup points for your private hire and your Hackney taxis. And taxi licensing have also sent a letter out to the taxi branches just to give them a reminder. And we'll be working with the police just to make sure no taxis are opening road closures. We'll let Nina jump in.
No, just wondered if we had a map of the road closure that we can disseminate so that people can make arrangements for alternative routes, please.
Yeah, I shall speak with Adam and get them to put something out across social media, and we'll send you a copy if you are happy to send it out to the fringe venues.
Yes, Ian.
Thanks, yeah. Are we going to have a police presence, or is this a daft question?
We'll have a police presence. How big the presence is, we don't know yet. We've been speaking with the police over the coming weeks because obviously there's concerns of protests and stuff like that. We have been assured today that we will have police presence available all weekend, and that they'll be in touch at the beginning of next week to give us contact details for the sergeants on for each shift, just so we've got direct contact with them if we need them. But we will have police presence about with the riot van, and then patrols on foot as well.
Yeah, the only other concern from previous events is that the security we use, in a lot of cases, it's trying to find them, as they tend to sort of congregate around the front of the town hall in groups of 4 or 5, drinking brews and talking, and trying to find them anywhere else is virtually impossible. You know, they need to be sort of randomly patrolling.
So there were no security drinking booze, or brews. That makes more sense. I've got a meeting with our contact back end of this week just to make sure that everyone's on the same page, that if they're working on a venue, they stay on that venue. If they're roaming, they're not stood around talking, because we're not paying them to stand around talking. If they want to have a chit chat, they can do it on the break. So that'll be mentioned in the meeting with our contact, and then the manager for the team over the weekend will be, when we do the briefing, everyone will be getting told that as well, just to make sure it irons out any issues, because obviously we had concerns from licensing and police last year that some of them were just stood around having a brew and not really doing what they paid for. So we're on top of that, and we'll make sure it's improved for this year.
Yeah, and finally, the road closure at the very top, next to Altham, is that being sorted out for this year? Because I say last year it was just literally a couple of road cones in the road, and people were just walking straight past, and there was a severe danger of being hit by cars coming up by the side. You know, because obviously there was nothing to channel them onto the actual footway.
So we've had a meeting with the traffic management company, and we did a walk through the road closure areas so they were aware, and they've put additional stuff on the road closure map, just to eliminate any issues that have cropped up last year. Sorry.
I don't know who the security firm is, but the one we had for Sunsplash was excellent, weren't they? So what was that firm? Do you remember who the firm was?
I can't remember the name of it, but I think
I know
Nathan
who it
knows
is.
exactly.
But they
who
were
are.
excellent.
Yeah.
They really were.
And
Yeah,
Yeah, just one question. Reference the road closures. I know when the Colin Bid did their road closure for their Sawbox event, that the traffic management shut roads off when they weren't supposed to. And it was a run around trying to rectify. Now, when we do our road closures, when are they actually being put into place?
so the road will close at 5 p.m. on the Friday, and that'll close till 2 a.m. That's Albert Road up Church Street. And then it's on Saturday, it'll close at 10 a.m. and reopen at 2 a.m. And then on Sunday, it'll close at 10 a.m. and reopen at 2 a.m. Newmarket Street will be closed from lunchtime on Friday, and it'll be closed over the festival period. It won't reopen until 2 a.m. on the Monday.
It's like you said, you're going to disseminate the actual road closure. That was one of the questions I was going to ask, is where is it actually going to be from, to which side roads? Because I know Newmarket, you need to get that extra bit on top of Winderbank, because you've got the pubs there where you congregate outside, stop them driving up and down. But when we get that road closure, hopefully we don't need to amend it, should we say, before the next one, which will be after.
Yeah, like I say, we have done a walkthrough with the traffic management company and ironed out any issues that we've had. All the venues should now know, because it's the same every year, of the road closure. But like I say, we'll be sending stuff out to the venues and putting stuff out on social media. All the traffic management signs have gone up. They got put up back end of last week. So people have had notice of it, and there is a page on the website that we'll share as well, just to inform people of the road closure that's been arranged. So I'm confident that all these issues will be rectified.
Yeah. It's just one of those, just in case.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
I think it's worth pointing out that the road closure is designed with reference to the police and other interested parties. It's not chosen by the Town Council, Combe Blue Society, or any organisers of the festival. It's a collaboration with the authorities. We don't just close roads for the fun of it. We don't choose which roads we can and can't close. It is designated what we can and can't do.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
So just back onto the operational elements then. First aid has all been arranged, and we've set up the first aid point downstairs, ready for the weekend. Obviously, we've put the first aid provisions in place to take pressure off the North West Ambulance Service, but we've also taken advice from the Purple Guide on how many first aiders, what vehicles they need, what kit they need, all that sort of stuff. And it's the same company that's done it past number of years that we use for our other events as well. Waste management's all in place. So Pendlebury Council will be providing bins throughout the area, and they'll be litter picking over the weekend and emptying the bins. Street entertainment, we've got a variety of entertainment booked. So we've got the I've forgotten what we've booked. We've got the Mirrormen returning this year. We've got the LED robot that comes out in the evening. We've got Musical Roof and Elton Wrong. We've got the drumming Stilt Walkers. We've got a free photo booth, which is a 360 photo booth, so the camera spins around you as you take photos. Great. And then we've got the big heads, so they quite a new on the street entertainment scene. So it's a person wearing a costume, but the head's like the size of a person. So we've got Tina Turner and Freddie Mercury, which will be something a little bit different. We've got the fun fair that will be on Red Lion Car Park. They'll be arriving from the Thursday to set up, and they'll be open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then there will be Punch and Judy over at on the grass outside St John's as well, in replacement of their stage. And then there's a couple of traders booked on, like Craig Toyman Edwards will be attending. We've got face painting, glitter tattoos, festival, hair braiding, all that sort of stuff. So quite a good variety booked for the weekend. Toilets, we've changed the toilet plan in comparison to previous years. So previously on Queen Street car park, in between the Crown and Tubbs, we've normally used that for toilets. This year we're not going to use that car park. What we've arranged with Pendle Borough Council and Lancashire County Council is across the junction of Princess Street and Crabtree Street. There'll be 3 or 4 toilets all lined up in a row, which will be fenced off. Either side, so it's a little bit close to the venues. It's a bit more of a prominent position, and hopefully it'll encourage people to use the toilets instead of back streets, which we're hoping it works, and it's a little bit more reinforcement to make sure taxis can't sneak through. But it's all been arranged with Pendle Borough Council and Lancashire County Council, because we have to close those 2 junctions from Friday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning. But myself and Gina's now trained in traffic management, so we'll be putting that closure in ourselves. And then we will have a toilet trailer on Town Council's car park across the road, which will consist of 3 gents toilets and 3 ladies. We normally have a problem this at top end of town, because the town hall only has 1 ladies' toilet available downstairs, because obviously we don't want people coming upstairs to use the toilet. So we've put the toilet trailer in, so it's a little bit nicer than a portaloo. And then we'll also have 2 portable toilets on Newmarket Street as well. And then obviously with the Muni being open, there's toilets available inside the Muni over the weekend.
Are we having any disabled toilets?
Yeah, so the toilets are a mixture, pretty much 50-50 of your standard portaloo and your disabled access portaloo. Just one more thing on the operational elements. We've now got the festival programme, which is quite a thick programme this year. Jam-packed full of all information that people need, from who's playing on the stages, when and where you can find toilets, where you can find merchandise stalls, a box office. It's got all the fringe information in to tell you who's playing where and when. Got everything about camping, stuff about the local music scene here in Colne. It's got stuff about the tribute to Victor Brox, a couple of adverts from fringe venues, stuff about partners, street entertainment, stuff about merchandise, stuff about the hop-on, hop-off bus that will be operating. It's literally jam-packed of everything anyone could need for the festival, which Alice and Michael have kindly been distributing to the businesses, and we've been packaging them up ready to go into ticket sale at the ticket collection envelopes, as well as for the main stages. They'll get a box each for over the weekend, but they have arrived, so if there is anyone watching that would like one, just pop into the town hall or pop into a local shop and they'll probably have them.
Yes, Michael.
Just going back to the toilets on Princess Street and Crabtree Street, whereabouts exactly are they going to be?
So in between the car park and Tubbs, they'll be across the road there. So we're keeping the footpath open so people can cross the road. They'll be just behind the crossing point where the curb drops, but not blocking off access to the car park.
On the Princess Street side.
Yeah, and then on Crabtree Street, they'll be pretty much the same place, but without the car park being there. So they'll be behind the drop curb, so people can still use the footpath. And they'll, I think when we looked, it takes up about 1.5 meters distance of that junction, so people won't be able to use the junction, but people can cross at the junction still.
I only ask because last year that's one of the busiest places in Colne. There's been wasn't it, where the tubs and the venue is? And that's solid people. So
Yeah, so that's why we've moved the
That's a
colours
good
and brought
point,
them
yeah.
closer.
Mm.
So we'll see how it goes, and fingers crossed it's a success.
Thank you. Item 13, Town Hall Bar.
So it's a general update on how the town hall is going to be used over the festival weekend. So obviously the town hall is used as a box office. So people can buy tickets, collect tickets, buy merchandise, but it's also used as a venue, a fringe venue over the weekend. So we do have live music on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which has very kindly been programmed by Colne Blues Society. It'll be the first aid point and the security point and the lost children point as well over the festival weekend, because that's where event management will be based if they're not walking the event area. Like I mentioned earlier, the town hall will be open next week until 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Monday to Thursday. Friday it will be open until 10 p.m. And the same over the weekend, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Be able to collect the wristbands, buy merchandise, buy tickets, all that sort of stuff. But on top of that, we also have a live music outside of the town hall, where we'll also have our outdoor bar and seating area for people to sit down, watch the live music, buy a drink, and hopefully it just brings in a little bit extra money for the festival. So we do have live music and an outdoor bar outside the town hall. We tested it last year, and there's not really a clash of music from the town hall and where the outdoor stage will be going, just a little bit further down here. So with no concerns of it being conflicting, you being able to play the town hall outside and vice versa. So the town hall will be very well utilised over the festival weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Yes, Simeon?
Thank you. You mentioned about Lost Children, etc. Is there going to be provisions for a safe or quiet space for people, say, with mental health problems?
So St Bart's are opening on Saturday. They'll be doing various activities as well as tower tours, which is going to be a quieter area for people to go to. And Colne Citadel have advised that they'll be open on the Friday and Saturday as well. So we have spoken to the organisations and worked with them to put stuff in place. So we've got Friday and Saturday covered, but unfortunately nowhere's open on the Sunday. But obviously if there is anyone that's struggling with loud music or how busy it is, then we always have space at the town hall. They can come sit up here. We'll be able to utilise the town hall. Obviously working with the first aid team as well. So we have got stuff in place.
Thank you. Okay, item 14 is an update from the Colne Blues Society.
Nothing much to add to what's been said previously, but just a heads up on progress made for next year. A number of the main stage acts have already been booked for next year, including one of the headliners. So we're on the ball with that. Nina and I were talking with Nathan the other day about ticket sales for next year. Now, of course, ticket sales went on sale immediately on, I think it was Bank Holiday Monday last year, didn't they, Nathan?
Saturday.
Was it the Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the plan for next year is just to hold fire a little. On the advance posters will say that tickets will go on sale soon. Because of course, obviously, there's still a question mark over what, if any, will be the municipal hall's involvement in 2025, which we need to address at an early stage, I think. But that's another story in another meeting, I think. But that's basically where we're at.
Thank you for that. Okay, so items for a future agenda. Obviously, the item that councillor Robinson talked about. And anything else? No, okay. So the next date and time of the meeting is to be confirmed. All right. Thank you very much. Meeting is closed.